All right, everybody, here we go. Let's talk about the workouts coming up this week. I apologize for it being a little later in the day, but it is what it is because I had one of those moments where I had to go really hard and purge a lot of crap around the house. Been organizing, been loading up dump, just purge, and then built some custom shelves inside of a little closet to get all the random stuff on the countertops of the kitchen put away, nice and organized, and it's been really rewarding for me. So that's why I'm late. That got me, and I'm proud of my accomplishments today. So this week we're gonna get stronger, we're gonna get fitter, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves the best that we possibly can. Right, we got back squats on Monday the 19th. We got not 8 sets. We got 4 sets of 2, but we're going to open up with some goblet Cossack squats. These are going to be loaded, 2 sets of 10. We're going to play with that. Those will be loaded before we do the back squats. Now, be mindful with this. You don't want to blow up an adductor prior to back squatting at 80%. So if you have the range of motion and they're feeling good, load it up a little bit on these Cossack squats. If not, play smart, working on hip mobility and, well, that's it. Hip mobility and hip strength. That's the goal here. So I love Cossack squats. I think they're extremely healthy for us. And I'm very happy that we got them in here, and we're going to start loading them a little bit, but you will see them in warm-ups. Well, they're in the warm-up that day. Assisted. So 8 sets of 2, 80%. The goal is to hit those 2 reps across at 80%, all right? Then we got a little 14-minute AMRAP with some toes to bar, power snatches, burpee pull-ups, chest to bar pull-ups. We got some jumping pull-ups in there for build. We got some bar muscle-ups in there for the lunatics of warrior, and 14-minute AMRAP. Just kind of looking at that, getting through a round, pretty good. Getting back into the second round, we're doing really good. I don't really know what to expect here other than a good time. Moving on, Tuesday the 20th, we got squat, clean, push jerk. Just a reminder, we are working on the squat, clean, push jerk. I know only in CrossFit do we word it weird like this. Working on the clean and jerk. Everywhere but CrossFit, the clean and jerk is a squat as low as you need to get to achieve the lift. So it's a power clean that gets lower into a squat clean as the weight gets heavier. We don't need to go there. And push jerk. I personally prefer the push jerk for me, where I'm at in my life. But we're focusing strictly on that. All right, so we're not working on the split jerk. And then we got wife comes in here and messes up my vibe. Trying to make a video. And the dogs come and play. Sorry about that. So for our fun time, Build Welded Warrior, we have a little piece of spice. You got either some bike calories, 60 wall balls, or 2K row plus 70 wall balls or 100 wall balls. Those of you in the HYROX Nation listening to this, I didn't write this workout. My brother did. So it happens to be a great workout for the HYROX people going to Vegas. It's a great workout in general to just feel pain. Just embrace the suck. And try to do as big of sets as possible on the wall balls. Just a friendly reminder, it's really hard to fail a wall ball. It's just how much pain can you deal with, all right? So we got that to look forward to. Nice little treat there. 14-minute time cap. Let's see, 8-minute row. I suspect that to be 10 to 11-minute workout-ish, potentially. So could be a tight time cap that day. Sweat, you got 35 minutes, kettlebell swings, push-ups, air squats, and step-ups, all right? Just sweat. That's what we're doing there. Little overall conditioning. Wednesday, the 21st. Now this looks fun. So every 2 minutes for 7 rounds, we're going to complete one of these 3 complexes. We got either ring rows, so parallel ring rows, where you're horizontal to the floor, jumping chin-ups, and then regular ring rows, so a little strength building there. I'm going to show in class a demo for these standard ring rows that get a little bit more class or a little bit more lat engagement I'll make sure the coaches get that throughout the day. Then we got, for welded, you got 7 rounds of 3 kipping chest to bar pull-ups, 2 to 4 strict pull-ups, then 3 kipping chest to bar pull-ups. All right, that kip is going to translate into the muscle up as you get it. Warrior, you got 2 bar muscle ups, some strict chest to bar pull-ups, and 2 bar muscle ups. So this is a complex. Now, you don't have to come off the bar to go 2, 3, 2. These are every 2 minutes. My goal is going to be to stay on the bar for them all, but you do you. The goal is to get a stimulus that you can repeat for 7 rounds. Talk to your coach, work with your coach, make sure you're picking a rep scheme here that gives you a good stimulus that you can repeat for 7 rounds, all right? And let's not tear the hands, right? No hand tearing on this day. And then for your little fun time, 4 time, we got some jump rope and machine work, all right? Good old double unders and ski, got some single unders and row, but then you warriors, you're going to play around with some crossovers, right? You're going to finish the workout 50 crossovers. You're welcome. See how that goes. 16-minute time cap on this. Honestly, if you're a double under ninja, it should be a very generous time cap, all right? Thursday, got a little thick Thursday bodybuilding with some L-sits. Love to see those. I hate them. I despise them, but they're so good. So good for them guts. So happy to see them here, but let me tell you, they're unpleasant. So you got 8 rounds, 10 dumbbell bench, some hammer curls, single arm kettlebell high pulls, and single arm kettlebell presses. I will be having my class, and I'll make sure it gets through the day with those single arm kettlebell presses that we are rotating through it. I'd like to rotate through that move to get the scapula moving and strengthening that. So, but these L-sits, we got the parallettes, got a lot of those. You can do them in the rings. You can do them on a dip bar. Quite a few options there. And there'll be variations. You don't even do a strict L-sit. We can do a tuck L-sit. You can do a single leg tuck L-sit. There'll be a handful of variations to work on them lower guts and that core stability. Sweat, you got 1 round every 12 minutes for 3 rounds. Rowing, burpees over the rower, and single arm dumbbell push press. What a treat. So if you're looking to work on a little capacity and sweat your little hearts out, that's going to get her done. All right, that's going to get her done. Friday, deadlifts. 4 sets of 5. These are going to be building sets based on how you feel. All right, right into 4 3-minute AMRAPs of devil's presses and front rack dumbbell lunges. What a treat. Looks like we're going to tear that ass up this Friday. And I'm here for it. Friday, good old partner conditioning workout of 40 minutes of bike, kettlebell swings, ab mat, sit-ups, and burpees to a target. I wish you guys the best of luck on Saturday. Have yourselves a hell of a time. And sweat out that Friday night poison, because I know everybody did everything right, ate healthy all week, did all the good things. Just a little recap. We are working on the squat, clean, and push jerk. That's kind of a strength focus. Not kind of, it is the strength focus. And then gymnastics side of things, working on the bar muscle up. To be excited, there's quite a few people last week, I think 3, got their first bar muscle up that I heard about, which was pretty rad. We had a couple folks get their first kipping pull-ups last week, so that's what this is all about. Now, I don't expect 100% of people to hit something new in this first block, but it's cool to see people able to progress on each of these movements, and particularly, I'm excited seeing the gymnastics movements progress. And I want to share one friendly reminder when it comes to gymnastics, that it is a power to weight ratio deal. All right. So if you got a little too much stored energy on you, a little too much stored calories hanging out on your body, that's going to affect your power to weight ratio. So then you're going to have to be stronger to do the gymnastics. If you're just not strong enough, but you got no extra stored calories on you, we're just going to have to get stronger. That's kind of how that works. All right. So we're here to help with that. But these progressions, learning to kip efficiently, is a skill, right? It's not something that this powerlifting and bodybuilding world, which don't get me wrong, I like them all. But they like to clown on the CrossFit world because we do kipping pull-ups. They are misinformed, all right? Now, I do think folks should have a strict pull-up before starting to do kipping pull-ups. But there are kipping drills, kipping toes to bar, leg raises. There are various kipping variations that actually do help build shoulder stability and strength in the process of developing the strength required to do some of these more complex movements. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna get on my high horse here. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's a progression. It is a skill. It is something that does build strength and stability in the shoulder joint when executed correctly. Right? So that's why we're working on this. So we're working on all the stuff. Make sure you guys talk with your coach. Make sure you're hitting the right stimulus on all these, and let's have a good week, right? Love you guys. Peace.